Hello friends, is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. How's everybody doing? This is a little bit different topic. We're going to talk about Santa Claus spotted on the radar. Yeah, he's definitely on the radar this year. In a different way, in a whole new way. Why is that? There's a whole lot of realization moments, realizations about the holidays that we've all been supporting, taking part in much of our lives, such as Halloween, such as Christmas, as the world tends to celebrate it, the distraction that it is. And when you're done listening here, I recommend you check out the first link in this video description, because you can dive in much deeper than I'm going to. I'm going to talk about this topic a little bit more from the 30,000 foot view, as you're accustomed to doing on all topics. But what happens when you rearrange the letters in Santa? Can you guys think of any 5-letter word that starts with S and uses the words A-N-T-A but makes a different word? Just a coincidence, I suppose, right? Don't we all love coincidences in 2025? Coincidences are funny things. Isn't it funny how, speaking of coincidences, how Santa is almost like the perfect distraction from Christ? Gee, ladies and gentlemen, that's a coincidence that it just happens to have the same 5 letters of a certain fallen angel who is anti the Christ. Interesting. Yet, many Christians would blindly support. It's just fun for the children. It's all about the kids anyway. It's all good fun, right? That's what we say about Halloween. That's what we say about lots of other things, distractions. However, you're considered kind of fruity if you participate in Christian activities and you outwardly love Jesus. Lots of hms. I'm going to have to pause this for a second while I do something on the road here, but I'll be right back, and I hope you'll stick around because we got some interesting topics. Hey, I'm still here. Okay, so I might have to give you the sky view, but hey, I'm in California. It is beautiful and pretty warm, so you just enjoy that view. Okay, so we were talking about distractions. So many distractions. But hey, let's take another leap. Let's talk about another one of my personal pet peeves, the Galactic Federation. Wow, sounds so sci-fi and cool, and something I want to believe in. This is another one of those distractions that unfortunately many who've been sharing lots of good info the last several years, some people that I know, who are all about aliens, the Galactic Federation. What's some other keywords? The Palladians? Is that it? I've watched a few videos and I've seen enough posts and things to know that it's just so ridiculous. But I want to point out that there's a lot of had discernment of the times that we're living in, meaning like worldly things and whatnot, things into bodies, things that have been proven, well, I shouldn't say that, but things that I've discovered to be against the people. But some of those same people are being distracted by crazy things like galactic federations and aliens. And my point being that you can't believe the Word of God and simultaneously believe all of that stuff. You just can't. And obviously, we know that there has been prophesied many deceptions and false things, which we are clearly in of some nature. I will never be the person, well, I don't expect, who's going to say everything's connected, Jesus is coming back very soon, because we don't know the day or the hour. Can he come like a thief in the night? Can he come like in the next 5 seconds? Yes. And we should live that way. However, one of my pet peeves is that many pastors will just keep on talking like that's the only possibility, and not live in the possibility that it could be 5 years, 50 years, even 500 years from now. We just don't know. And so that's why I will, again, as far as I know, I can't predict the future, but as far as I know, I will always live in the mindset generations and what we can do to set them up for success in the current world we live in, and not just sit back and assume that Jesus is going to come to his work, make the new earth, and so we don't need to do anything, right? I see that as, in some form, a deception from the enemy to make us comfortable,